Hello everybody, it's vanburman here and welcome to the Light Apprentice, which is a comic book story RPG. As you might be able to guess, it's done in a comic book style, so as such that's how it's got its name. Now, I just want to say, I was sent this Steam code for free to do this review on, or to do a review on eventually at some point, and just to give my impressions, see what I think about it. I know, it's hard to believe, right? People actually still send me these things to review. I thought those days were long gone, but no. Occasionally I do get games pop up in my inbox and, you know, get asked if it might be something I'd like to have a look at, do some videos on. And, you know, this one, I thought, you know what, I might as well. I think I actually had a look at it on the Steam store anyway, a while ago. It just, you know, didn't grab me enough to want to follow its progress or anything, but yeah, it's a bit different when you being asked to have a look at it. So anyway, we're going to look at it. I've already recorded the gameplay that you're seeing, and I've already actually done 2 voiceovers for it, one live, which is why things might seem a little bit slow at times because I'll have been naturally talking, and then I did a voiceover for it last night as well, and that recording didn't come out very well. For those of you that are interested in this sort of thing, it came out in stereo. I didn't realise it was recording in stereo, so it sounded horrendous to listen back. So this one I'm doing in Audacity, so it's going to be, all my settings in there are fine. I think my settings in Sony Vegas are a bit messed up. But anyway, we need to talk about the game because I haven't even got into talking about that. So the release date for Light Apprentice is the 10th of November. And until then, this is just an early access impressions. There's going to be updates and all sorts of stuff between now and then on the game. And there'll be one final update before it's released as well, or just before it's released anyway. And we'll be able to have a look at the game then, and you know, be able to actually give a more accurate impression of how the game is looking. But so far, spoiler or not spoiler, is pretty quirky in its own little way, and there's some stuff I definitely do like about it. So it goes through with the story like a comic book. If you haven't worked that out yet, then, well, I've already said it. So you've got T-Lob, or T-Lob, I don't know how to pronounce her name, which is really annoying because, you know, I'd have thought T-Lob would have a hyphen in it. And you've got this character called Nate as well. He seems to be the main character, I guess, purely because, well, story development's a little bit later on, not that I'm massively all the way through it. This gameplay is only about 20 minutes worth, so the idea behind it is the battle mechanics is turn-based, but you get to sort of try and avoid fights or try and pacify enemies rather than bludgeoning them. So you can effectively do your battle system in different ways, and you learn different skills depending on how you perform in those battles. So there's definitely a bit of replayability there with the actual game and the skills and all that sort of stuff if you want to go back and for a different challenge and play it a little bit of a different way. There's also difficulties as well, so at the start screen I was asked whether I wanted easy, normal or hard. Obviously picked on normal, not played it before, so I'm not going to jump straight in on hard, and easy would be not the best representation of me playing the game, so yeah, we'll see. You also get these little sort of mini games as well whenever you do an attack or whenever you do a magical ability, and they're all fairly unique to those different abilities and such. So the attack and defensive options are the same, that's what I've noticed so far, and that seems to be for all the characters as well. So you'll have to get your click within that little circle, which is fair enough, which just managed to do there. But yeah, the basic enemies at the start, the old slime, not really too much of an issue there for us, even, well, it's the first battle, isn't it? So Nate seems to have a sort of like half Psy, half Truncheon type of thing. Don't really know what he's got going on there with that, but anyway, there you go. So the story progresses as such, and then a little bit, I think it's like very roughly, very soon, get into the bit which is called adventure mode, where it becomes a bit of a point and click style adventure, and then you get these battle systems in between as well. So the enemies provide not much challenge in the early goings, which is to be expected. One of the things that I'm not particularly keen on when it comes to the battle system is when it's your turn to fight, you have to click on the character you want to do the action, so it doesn't cycle through them. Now in this particular instance, the computer is controlling T-Lob, or T-Lob, or Lob, or I don't know how you want to pronounce it, so I apologise if it annoys anybody. And what was I going to say? I've forgotten. Oh no, yeah, I can't remember. So it doesn't cycle through, so you actually have to make a point of clicking on the character you want to do the actions, which is fair enough, but I don't think it's as intuitive as it could be. Because, you know, even if I'm going to want to, I don't know, do a fireball with the mage, I'm also going to want to do an attack with Nate, so I don't know. Just doesn't seem like... Just seems like it slows things down unnecessarily, but, you know, such is life, I suppose. I think we're very, very close to getting into the... Oh no, it's the lizard. So this thing looks a bit like a Pokemon, or a Digimon, or one of the few. So in this bit we learn the, is it Protect spell, or something like that? Anyway, which I'd not used. This battle gives it to you from the get-go, but I hadn't used it even once. But it's good how stuff that happens in story also carries on into the battles as well. So especially when you get the choice of whether to do A or to do B, it carries over. So that's pretty good. We're still only controlling Nate at this point, but it does a decent job of protecting him, to be fair. Which you would hope, you would expect. So that's good. And there's not really too much to say at this particular point. It's a standard turn-based affair, as you'd probably expect. So the idea is I'll be doing a video on this around the start of November as well, or the second week in November as well. Probably give it a traditional score if I get a chance to play all the way through at that point, which I should do. I should be doing so. At the minute I'm still also playing Shadow of War, so there's a video on that to come out as well. Don't know when that's going to be done though. I obviously have had a bit of issues making this video, and I shouldn't really be allowed to make videos, or I need to stop making videos. That's probably the only way through. So yes, here we go. This is adventure mode. It turns it into a bit of a point and click game. So instead of running around, you click on what you want to interact with in the particular scene. It also gives you a chance to modify your weapons, view your stats, that usual sort of gubbins. So down in the bottom left corner, the traits section, that is where it shows you, that's where how you act in battle varies on which trait you're more likely to go towards, which will then give you different skills based on that as well. So, that's, like I say, gives you a little bit there of replayability if you want to go back and maybe play it on a harder difficulty or try it out a different way, see what happens if you choose different options, which are probably going to be sort of minor, one or two different slides on the in the comic book style, but other than that, it gives you something to go on to start off with, so that's pretty neat. So all the animations and everything in the adventure mode are really smooth. There's no sort of slowdown or anything, which is also something else I should mention. My monitor runs at 4K and it blew it up to the resolution straight off the bat. I must say it is 4:3 in the aspect ratio for the game, so you do have that to contend with, so to speak. This is just talking about the spirit points, so that's your magic, effectively. So the way they do it is share it between the whole party, so the whole party has to draw on this spirit power to be able to use their skills, and you get one every time you attack, or every time you are attacked. So replenishes at a fairly decent rate. You haven't got to worry about potions or any of that gubbins, so that's nice. It's a nice little inclusion. And obviously you have these little mini games as well when you do your attacks and your spells, which is also quite good as well. Gives you makes you feel a bit more involved in the action. which I know can sometimes be a little bit difficult for these turn-based games to put in, but there you go. So the game booted up as well straight away, no issues like that or anything, and it doesn't have a splash screen, so you're straight into the main menu, you're straight ready to go as well. Obviously the system requirements for this game is going to be virtually nothing. Any computer with probably XP is going to be able to run it perfectly fine, I should have thought. And just going on from that, you know, therefore it's pretty accessible to everybody, which is really good stuff. The price at the minute on Steam is £10. Whether it's worth that or not, I can't judge at this particular stage. Everything so far has been, you know, good enough that it fits into that, you know, category of price range, which is good to see. Enough effort has been put in so far that I can see to warrant that sort of price tag. And we'll just have to see how it goes going forward. So yeah, other than that, any questions or anything about the game or anything else you want to add in, please do feel free to do so. Probably going to end the video there. Do have a little bit more footage, but you know, I think that's pretty much all I need to say to start off with. You get a decent look on the game, decent look at how the adventure mode works and everything. And when I've eventually finished up, we will, yeah, come back, do another video on its full release. And hopefully I'll have completed it by then. I'm not sure how long the game is. All that stuff will be for the, you know, for the full video rather than the early impressions. This is just to give you a bit of an idea. The Steam store link will be in the description down below if you want to go and check it out. And like I say, it's still in early access at the minute, but the full release date is coming very, very soon. A lot of the Steam reviews that I had a look through and read through mentioned there's been a lot of bugs. I think these people, or the people who did the reviews, were given their copies a lot earlier on, and there has actually been some updates and such since, you know, I was given my code to have a look at it. So I've not noticed any bugs or anything like that, even minor ones. Everything is run as you would expect. So not that I've, you know, tested to destruction or anything, but yeah, so far it's pretty good. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye guys.